Hey, what's happening? It's your man with the plan, RJ Keep It a Band, and I'm back with another video. Thank y'all so much for the continued support and watching these videos with me. I sure appreciate you guys. Yeah, it's just been kind of slow motion over here until I figured out what's going on with my throat and everything. But other than that, we got another support court. Judge Vonda B. And y'all go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. Y'all tell me what y'all think about all this. And without further ado,
All rise. Support court with Judge Vonda B is now in session. Judge's case number JVB1066, Ward case.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You all may be seated.
two dudes. That man right there kind of look like my daddy.
Okay, Mr. Ward, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
All right, now, okay. Now, let me just kind of cut to the chase of the thing. I was engaged to the mama of his child, and, you know, we were just having a good time and was really getting ready to have a wedding, and, you know, the reception at Ginga's Grill and everything was all set up. But unfortunately, she had
Reception at Genghis Grill? That ain't much of a reception, sir. I thought people be having like parties and like renting out dance halls and all that kind of stuff, sir. Everybody trying to go to Genghis Grill after they get married.
fallen ill. COVID had got her. And then all of a sudden one day, she's just gone.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Damn. Me too. I had a couple friends that lost their parents. Yeah, my condolences for real. Yeah, COVID was a tragedy. Y'all know about my best of COVID. I've had COVID 3 times. Yeah, that shit ain't no joke.
Yeah, you know, but I mean, I had to take little Malaysia into my arms and try to explain things. You know, I call him my little bit because, you know, we just kicked it off right away. I'm talking about pretty much on the first date that I went on with them, because she brought her with her on our first date, which makes a lot of sense. And we just have been.
And Malaysia is the child?
Sir, why'd you say that like that? Just made a whole lot of sense. That don't make sense like that. People don't bring their kids on the first date unless they don't got no babysitter. That ain't normal behavior from what I know. Hell no.
Yes, ma'am.
How
Yes,
old is Malaysia?
She's 7.
Okay.
And, you know, I mean, she's one of those smart little girls that where you can't really get a whole lot past her. She's going to call you on your stuff.
Okay.
And that's what I appreciated about her. That's why we clicked so well, because her mama was the same way.
Sounds like a good kid.
Well, yeah, she's wonderful. I mean, she you know, she's on point with all of her schoolwork. She loves doing her homework. You know, our thing is to watch some Schoolhouse Rock on YouTube to let her know how the old school did it and everything. And
Yeah, I remember Schoolhouse Rock. I'm just a bill. Yeah, I'm only a bill. And I'm sitting right on Capitol Hill. Yeah, y'all remember that shit. That shit was it did teach me about the Constitution. That shit was real.
so we, you know, our favorite hangout is the Sesame Place. You know, she loves to go there. She saw one episode of Lego Masters, and I took her to the Lego place out there and the shops in Willow Bend and everything. So it's like, you know, that's been my road dog. That's been my everything and all that kind of stuff.
Sounds like the two of you have a great relationship.
Oh, seriously. I mean, I just love having her, you know, like my own child. And I feel like that she is actually my own child. I know that she only likes broccoli with ketchup.
Yeah, what you feel isn't real until you do something about it, sir. What's she talking about up there?
And she likes fish sticks with ketchup. And she likes corn with ketchup. I don't know what this thing is about ketchup.
Me either.
You know,
I don't like ketchup like that.
Yeah, I don't either. But I know how she likes that. I know that she's got to have that mood light on when she goes to sleep. I know that if I don't put those downy beads in with her blanket, that she's not going to sleep. So I do everything. I mean, I talk to the teachers. I got her on the after school program. I mean, everything that I could possibly want to do for a child, I do for her.
Okay.
And so my thing is that,
That's a good man. That's a damn good man. You stepping up for your late wife. Or fiance rather. You're a good man.
I'm doing all the things that a dad would do for his daughter. And little bit in me, it's like, hey, I mean, I might as well just go ahead and say that she's mine. Because, up until the time that she and I and her mother were together, that's just the way it was. When it was with her, I was with them. So it's like, I feel like I take care of her.
Yeah, you keep saying I feel, sir. Be having a problem with that. So I learned in therapy, what you feel isn't real until you do something about it. So that's how you're able to kind of process your feelings and don't allow for those emotions to turn into actual actions, because you don't want for a temporary emotion allow for you to make a permanent decision. But sir, yeah, no, we just saw the other one where what was it? It was something like the parent, like even though they got they already, like, yeah, that's what it was. Any child born of a marriage is a child of that marriage. So it made that dude in the last video with the chicken man versus the pipe layer. That's what automatically made him the father regardless. But y'all wasn't married when that child was born, so that doesn't make his it doesn't make that little lady in Malaysia, it doesn't make technically, it doesn't make him the father by Texas law.
Okay.
And since I figured I'd take care of it, then then this cat over here, he figured that that he's got something to say about it. When I've hardly seen him. Granted, she's a child's daddy. I mean, yeah, every once in a while he'll come around. Every once in a while he'll visit her and all that kind of stuff. But he don't know.
What do you mean by every once in a while?
But every once in a while, it's like he'll come. He might honk the horn or whatever. He might ask her to come out. She'll come out and see. And that's the one thing about her. She knows no strangers.
Okay, so you're referring, you called him a cat. I mean, what?
Okay, all right, look.
Cat is like people in like my daddy generation, when they don't want to say nigga, they say cat. And so he wanna say this nigga right here, but because we in court, he's saying cat. It's like an old slang, old ass slang.
So this is her dad.
This is her dad, yeah.
Okay, so you're saying he's not doing all of the things that you're doing with Little Bit, right?
No, not at all. I mean, really,
and you know that for a fact?
Well, this is how I look at it. If he was like a real man, if he was really taking care of his business, handling the business, then I wouldn't have any room to have proposed to Little Bit's mama. I wouldn't have even a place in her radar. But the fact that I did, to me, kind of says something. I mean, come on, man. It's like,
That's not what that means, sir. That's not what that means. And when you get with people, you only figure out, you can only hear their side of what happened in that last relationship. You never really see the other side unless you go actually do the research. But no, sir, you can't determine or deem just because they didn't get married and they had a kid and you tried to do the Captain Super save him, that he not a real man. No, you just, what I'm saying? They just didn't work out for whatever reason. And y'all just worked it out for whatever reason. Let that just be that.
So let me ask my question again.
Okay.
You know this for a fact that he's not active in her life.
well, the one thing that I know
Okay.
is that a lot of things that she needs and that she likes and dislikes, he hardly knows half of that.
Oh.
I mean, it's
Yeah, but are you getting it for her? Does the kid live with you? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you the custodial parent? Like, these are now, right? All this is just kind of hearsay right now. It's just like, all right, And you just saying it just to say it.
As far as,
Your Honor.
I mean, come on. I mean, it's
Sir,
like,
give me 1 second. I'm about to have him wrap it up.
okay,
So,
okay. Well, look, all I know is this. When it comes between me and him, she comes to me. When it comes
that
to
you know of.
yeah, that I see. You know, I mean, every time that he comes, I give them their space, but I'm looking at her body language, and she's like, "Man, when's this gonna be over?" So it's like,
Yeah, because she ready to come home with her real dad.
no.
Okay, Mr. Ward, give me 1 second. You know, your story was beautiful. It was very colorful. You know, and that's not to say that you're being untruthful about anything. However, I would like to also hear from Dad, because as you know, there are always 2 sides to every story, well, really 3, and the truth lies somewhere in between them, right?
I understand. Yeah.
She ain't lying. 3 sides to every story. It's your side, my side, and the truth. And the truth is, you know, honestly, obviously, all the time, a combination of a little bit of both. It's just that the 2 vantage points see the details from a different way. She ain't lying.
So give me a moment, and I'll
Okay.
go over to Dad.
All right.
Now, Dad, it sounds like, you know, your daughter and Mr. Ward have a great relationship, but is it true these, you know, allegations he's saying about you not being very active and involved?
None of it, ma'am. I see my child every time I'm off work, and every time I'm off, I go and pick her up, and she stays with me for the whole 4 days. I work 3 days on, 4 days off, and
Okay.
he knows it. And when we talk to her on the phone, she says he's too invasive.
It's like y'all niggas got like joint custody or some shit. That's what it sounds like to me. It's like literally almost half and half.
If he always, what are you doing? What are you doing? And he always in her face and want to know
Like a
this.
helicopter dad.
Right.
Oh,
Like
okay.
a microscope. That's how she feels, and she don't like it. And then as far as me and my child's mother splitting up, you know, that was between us.
Right.
That was years before she even met you, so you can't put that on me.
Oh, you know, I can't put a lot on you. I mean, yeah. Okay, fine. You can call me helicopter all you want to, but you were not there when her mama died, man. You weren't there to have to console her when she was crying and didn't go to sleep. You weren't there. I was there.
You didn't
Where were
even
you?
tell me. I was at work. You didn't even tell me.
See, that's the thing. You were always at work. You're always at work.
And see-
How is he gonna provide for his kids if he don't go to work, sir? Just because you can sit on your ass and be retired, don't mean everybody else can do that. Jeez Louise.
Here's the thing. I know there are a lot of emotions going on. I usually don't let people talk back and forth to each other.
so sorry.
But I do understand the
I don't talk to
underlying
him anyway.
issue here. Especially with, you know, your fiance passing away. I definitely understand that. I am just trying to get some clarity here because according to the paperwork that you filed, Mr. Ward, there is a court order in place.
Yes.
And it names your fiance as the custodial parent and dad as the non-custodial parent. And you are essentially trying to modify this order.
Well, yeah, because essentially, to me, I became the custodial parent.
Okay.
I mean,
and
granted,
you
yeah, okay.
understand how you feel is not what the law says, right?
I do understand that. But,
Okay.
Your Honor, the one thing that I do know is that the custodial duties I have taken on, and I know it's not by emotion, and I'm not even just talking about emotion, I'm talking about my actions. The teachers know me. The teachers call me.
Hold that thought. The teachers know you as well?
Yes, ma'am. Now, granted, he lives closer to the school, so he's up there just a little bit more than me. But anytime they call, I stop what I'm doing and I'm on the way.
Okay. All right. It sounds like he's pretty involved. And tell me some things you and your daughter do together.
Sir, it sounds like you was a motherfucking lie. Not the nigga in the braids, nigga, the old nigga that look like my daddy. And it sounds like you motherfucking lying a little bit. You telling a little bit of truth, but then you amplifying it a little bit. Like, nah. You gotta let. Sometimes, like when she died, man, unfortunately, you gotta let that die with that. That's it, bro. That was the only thing that connected y'all to the child, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? So let this kid go back to its rightful parent. They only got one more parent in this world.
Well, I take her to piano. I pay for her piano lessons.
Okay.
Some days when I'm off, I take her. He takes her other days. I pay for her to be in karate class.
Okay.
We go to Six Flags together. We go skating together. I try
Okay.
to teach her how to bowl. We have fun. We go to my mom's house and, you know, I drop her off and she enjoys spending time over there mostly.
All right. So she has a good relationship.
Because when she was with her mama and him, she didn't really get the time to be able to spend it with his side of the family. So she don't really know her grandma like that. Everybody loved their grandma. I remember when I didn't know my grandparents until like I said to my grandparents until like I was like 10 or 11 years old. And literally once I got them, I loved them until they passed. You know, my granddaddy just passed about a couple of months ago. Actually, the day after my birthday, he passed. So, yeah, it's just something about grandparents. Like, and when you a grandkid, you could just do no wrong. You know, everybody else be in the house eating whatever like they made or what was cooked or whatever, and then my grandma come and ask me, "Hey, so what do you want?" I'm like, fried catfish and greens and macaroni and cornbread. She said, "Oh yeah, I can make it all. Just give me about 2 hours. Go outside and play, or go outside and play basketball. Go in there and play the video game." Like grandparents are the best, especially grandmothers.
Relationship with grandmother. It sounds like this child is just well loved all around with both sides.
The
I mean,
foundation.
is there any chance of the two of you trying to get along
Not
to
at
make
all.
it work for the
She wants to
best
be
for
at
your
home
daughter?
with her dad, but he keeps saying, "Oh, she needs to be here," and my child's mother is no longer here, so I'm trying to get him to court to get full custody of my child
Okay.
all the way. So that's how that's gonna end. You're not gonna be around too much longer.
Look, man, no. You ain't gonna talk to me like that. No.
Well, neither one of you are going to talk to each other like anything anymore. I'm ready to make my ruling. I've heard what the both of you have to say. I understand that dad is pretty involved with the child. He's paying for teaching her how to skate, paying for karate. She has a great relationship with her paternal grandmother. It sounds like dad wants to be a part of the child's life. I also understand, Mr. Ward, your heavy involvement with the child. You have a nickname for her. You all do things together. She loves ketchup. You know all about her nightlife and her sleep routines and everything like that. However, that does not negate the fact of what the law says. The
Hallelujah.
child was not left with you by dad.
Wow.
Her dad is still alive. Sounds like he's very active. Doesn't sound like he, is a deadbeat parent by
He ain't no deadbeat.
any means. He is making the expenditures that any parent would do. And he also said he's trying to petition the court at some point to get sole custody.
He getting that sole custody, yeah.
Of his daughter. So based on that, I have no other choice but to dismiss your claim
Dismissed.
because you do not have any grounds to be petitioning this court
No legal standing.
for child support.
Well, that's a face of defeat. Ooh, and that's the face of victory. Ooh,
Is there anything further from
No.
either of you?
Oh,
No.
ma'am, I'm very happy with the
No.
verdict.
Okay. All right. Well, if there's nothing further, you all are
Okay,
dismissed.
Thank you.
What?
Hi guys, it's me, Judge Vonda B, and I wanted to go over what you all witnessed in the Ward case. Well, this case was a little interesting. The stepdad, who was married to mom, was bringing biological dad to court for custody and for dad to pay child support. Well, they had an original order in place between mom and biological dad. Mom is now deceased, so stepdad essentially wanted to step into the shoes of mom.
Stepdaddy,
Can you do
stepdaddy.
that in Texas? The honest answer is it really depends. So in some cases, people that are non-parents are able to receive child support from the other parent. However, that's in very, very different situations, and it really depends on the
Very
facts
rare
of the
cases.
case. Well, in this particular case, what were some things that you heard? Biological dad was very active in his daughter's life. As a matter of fact, he said he plans on petitioning the court for full custody of his daughter now. Stepdad lacks standing. Well, what is standing? Standing is something that is necessary in order to bring a case before the court. So in other words, you have to be able to show the court legally that you have a reason to be petitioning this court for this court to give you exactly what you're asking for. If in any situation you lack standing to actually be in a court, your case will be dismissed.
Automatic.
And that's essentially what you saw happen with stepdad.
And it's just that simple. Stepdaddy, you don't get nothing if the mama die because you wasn't married. And it's very rare circumstances because the other father's alive. See, I think that the other father would have to be dead. And then, only then would he be allowed to be the custodial parent. But we learned a lot today, didn't we? It's your man with the plan, RJ Keeper the Band. And thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what y'all think at the bottom. Share the video. Y'all people on Facebook and Instagram, YouTube, all this. And like I always say, if you keep it a band with me, I'm going to keep it a band with you. And I will see you on the next one. Peace.